Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Fredrick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here at Transwest in trailer sales. So for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we're right off I-25, about 30 minutes north of Denver. We're Cimarron and Logan dealers, so if you're looking for a brand new trailer, those are the two brands that we carry. If you're looking for something used, we take everything from little bumper pulls to big LQs in on trade. Now, one of the things we specialize here at Transwest is custom built trailers. So both of those brands that I mentioned, Cimarron and Logan, they're custom built trailer companies. Now, a lot of what we carry for inventory is things that we've picked up on over the years that people really like, such as fold down steps or additional lights. You know, we go in and pick and choose some of the options that we've found have been really great to sell for our inventory. The cool thing about these two trailer companies is if you do not find something on our lot or on order that exactly fits your needs and you are willing to wait for it, you can custom build a trailer to exactly fit what you're wanting to do. Now, this is a great example of one. It's a very simple 2025 Cimarron Lonestar stock bumper pull. It's a 16-foot box, two 8-foot compartments, very standard as far as height and width, so you're 6'9" wide, 7'1" tall. This is actually a trailer that's going to be used for a horse and a cart. So there's some things in here that the customer specifically chose based off of what would be a very standard Lonestar stock bumper pull model. And I can go and run through all of those options now. So let's go ahead and start up front here. On this particular one, you've got just a crank jack. This little pink ribbon means that it has been through our shop. So as far as all of the brakes and lights and everything, we have paid a technician to go through and inspect this trailer and make sure that it's ready to roll for the customer. Now, we have another modification that we still need to make on this one, which is in the stall area. I'll walk you guys through that. But the trailer was built at Cimarron and run down here, and if we weren't making that modification, it'd be ready to go to the customer. You'll notice this diamond plate is a little higher than what you generally see. This particular customer wanted this tread bright to go about 36 inches high, so that if they travel down a lot of dirt roads, this is going to take the brunt of those rock chips. It's going to be a lot more heavy duty than this 050 charcoal metallic sheeting up here, so you're going to have better wear and tear on the very front nose of this trailer. Now, Cimarron comes standard on these bumper pulls with a 3-foot long tongue. That's longer than what you'll see on most standard bumper pulls, which means you're going to be a little more balanced, and you also have the ability to kind of crank that trailer where you need it to go without getting into the rear of your truck. So it gives you kind of that length you need to get out of the way. Tapered nose will make it a little more aerodynamic, so it's a little bit easier to cut through that wind. Being 6'9" wide helps with that. Being not so tall helps with that, but that tapered nose is really nice to pull. The charcoal metallic sheets were an upgrade. Our standard would be a white aluminum sheet, but they wanted something a little bit cooler. You're not going to see a lot of rivets on Cimarrons, but you will see them on this nose sheet. That angle that they bend this sheet has 3M tape behind it, as well as these rivets. So there's two different options that kind of hold that sheet together. Just because it is at such an angle, it's not something you want to pop loose. But you'll notice behind there, you've got 3M tape, which you would generally see on most of our horse trailer models. The reason we use 3M tape is because it flexes a lot more than a mechanical rivet. They allow the sheets to expand and contract in the heat like we have now or the really cold weather, which really helps with the longevity of your trailer. Right over here, we've got the escape door on passenger side. Now on a Cimarron, you can note which side you want it on. This particular customer wanted on this side. They opted for a chest bar at the escape door, and then the actual interior of the stall is lined with kick mats about 48 inches tall. So there's a plate and rubber mats all the way around on this one. On the exterior over here, instead of tie rings, they wanted these tie rails to run down the exterior of each side. Since we are a stock model, we needed a place to put this spare tire, so it's mounted right over the fenders there. We've got this extruded aluminum fender that is standard on the Cimarron stock models, and we're running on two 5,200-pound rubber torsion axles with 16-inch aluminum wheels that are 10 ply. They're by Goodyear. They come with their own warranty, so that warranty is offered through Lion's Head, and it's a great warranty. So if this customer has any issues with their tires within the first year, doesn't matter if they run something over, blow a tire, have a defect, they're going to be covered for that first year, no questions asked. So there's just a couple photos they need to grab for that warranty to be effective, and then they can get a new tire or wheel sent to them depending on what the issue is. It also comes with 2 years of roadside assistance and 5-year against any manufacturer defect. That is included in the Cimarron warranty. So your Cimarron warranty is 3 years hitch to bumper for any Cimarron manufactured parts and 8 years structural. So really great warranties. The components kind of fall within their own warranty periods, so it's something to keep an eye on, but Cimarron knows they've got a good product, so they're very happy to stand behind it. Up high here, you see we've got the awning light that we optioned on this one. We've got one on either side as well as the rear of this trailer. So if at night they're hooked up to their truck, they can have quite a bit of light, see what they're doing, get horses loaded, unloaded, parts loaded or unloaded. It just makes it really simple for them to see what's going on. Now, plexiglass is something that the customer opted to add. Now, the plexiglass for every trailer on a Cimarron Lonestar can always be added, and it's really simple to add it. You just cut the sheets to size, and then you've got these notches out here, top and bottom, that you can pull those plexis out, label them, and have that option to add it after the fact. However, sometimes it's just a little simpler to get it done straight from the factory. So that's what this particular customer opted for. But if you're interested in one of our Lonestars and it doesn't currently have plexi in it, it's not a big deal. They all have the tracks for them, so you can install them at a later date. Extrusions all the way from the bottom rail all the way up to the top. These extrusions actually have quite a bit of structural strength. They're triple hollow slats, so if you go and bang on the sides of a Cimarron, you're going to just feel all that structural strength. Every time you add a radius to something, you're adding quite a bit of strength. So this trailer's sidewalls are going to be a lot stronger than some of the competition that you see. Work our way around to another little upgrade that this customer chose. They wanted a rear ramp over single door with slider. So this rear ramp is spring loaded, so it's easy to pick up and down. It has a holdback latch right over here. But then as far as the entry into this trailer, they can have a single door. They can have a single door with a slider. They can have double doors. They can have horse doors. So it gives them a lot of flexibility on how they maintain or how they set up this trailer. This particular customer saw one of our steer walls that we had here on the lot and really liked how that sliding door operated. So they can zip in the back here and zip out without opening that full door. Gosh, it's so much cooler in here. It's a really hot one out there today. The Cimarron comes standard with an insulated FiberTech roof. So every single Cimarron, bumper pole to gooseneck, is gonna have this roof. It's gonna keep the stall area so much cooler, which is very evident today with how hot it already is. But it's also extremely dent resistant. It's gonna keep the horses warmer in the winter. So it just really gives you that flexibility you need. Keep those horses nice and cool in here. We've got a paddle latch for this cut gate, very simple to operate. And then it has this nice little foot that it rests on over here, and it attaches to that sidewall. So if they want to run this as a big open stock, they can. If they want to swing this over and have those two 8-foot compartments, that's also an option. They wanted some padding on the front side of this divider where the horse is going to be standing, so that if that horse rubs against it, they're not going to get all marked up with this aluminum. Also just makes it a little more comfortable for them to rest on if they want. But on the other side, it's just the standard cut gate. I mentioned we've got kick mats and plates lining all these walls here. So if you've got a horse that's a little bit nasty in here and goes to kicking or pawing the walls, you're not going to see it transfer onto the outside. Tie rails, interior, both sides. So you can kind of tie wherever you want. If they have something they want to strap down in here, they can use those tie rails as anchor points. So we look down onto the floor here. You'll notice it's just our standard extruded aluminum deck. Now, every Cimarron comes standard with that 4-inch center, V-truss every other, aluminum floor. Interlocks top and bottom, incredibly strong floor. We love these Cimarron floors just for all that structural strength that they provide. But what a lot of people do is they don't want to deal with rubber mats, because rubber mats over time will swell and contract, and then they're always going to be a little bit uneven. They're a little bit slicker than the worm flooring that we put in. So this customer is actually going to get some black worm put in this trailer, which we'll run it down here shortly. And it's going to make it so this floor is completely seamless. So if they ever have a horse urinate on the floor, which chances are they will, it's not going to get down to the aluminum. Aluminum is a great material. It's a lot lighter than a steel frame. It doesn't have the rust issues, but it doesn't do well with horse urine. Urine will pit and corrode this floor, and that's where you can see horses that have fallen through floors. You can get these big quarter-sized or bigger cracks on the floor, which really compromises the structure of the floor if you don't take care of your aluminum. However, Cimarrons are better off than most of the competition anyways, because they've got 4-inch centers. So even if you do not take care of your floor, your horses are always standing with all 4 hooves on a center support. However, much easier just to take care of it from the get-go. So worm flooring is going to add a lot of texture. It's going to protect and completely seal this aluminum floor so that they don't have any issues moving forward. It's just so much cooler in here than out there. I don't want to go back outside. We've got these nice big OptiBrite lights in here. So if they're loading at night, they're going to have quite a bit of light. Horses are going to not feel like they're loading into a cave. They're going to be very, very comfortable. Chances are they're going to run with some of these plexis out. One of my favorite things to tell people is if they want to take these plexis out, if you don't have a pocket knife or something to put behind that first piece to get it out, you can always walk from the inside and push them out over the top of each other at their little cutout points. It's pretty easy. If you've got horses and equipment already in here, you can always do it from the outside. But that's one of the things I've always done, is just gone from the inside to push those out. I strongly recommend carry some painter's tape and a Sharpie. Label each section, because they're all cut just a little differently. They want to be as close as possible, but I've sat outside for half a day before and put plexi back in a big 30-foot steer wall. So I know it's just as easy as, instead of just taking all your plexi and piling it out and throwing it on the floor, just wrap it together and label which air gaps which, and it'll make your life a lot easier. So we're going to work our way outside here. Check out the other side. Now, something that happened standard on these 2025 models was all of these red lenses now come with backup lights built in. So you are going to have backup lights on every single 2025 model moving forward, which is really nice, because if you don't want to get out of your car and flip on your rear awning light, if you throw your truck in reverse, these are going to come out nice and bright like daylight, help you see behind you as you're backing up. So we work our way over to this side. You can see we've got this tie rail on this side as well. I love the strength of this tie rail. It's put in just a little differently on the exterior. They have those center posts to weld onto on the inside. On the outside, they bolt them on. And then you've got a release for your interior gate on the exterior there. Now, Cimarron went high-tech within the last year or so, and their user manual is now a QR code. So if you have a smartphone, you can pull up that user manual, and especially on a trailer like this, where you don't have a designated tack room, it's nice to not have to worry about having that booklet float around and get lost. It's just got a lot of information that you might need as far as maintenance and everything for your Cimarron. All your Cimarron hinges on most of your drops and door frames, depending on what type of trailer it is, will have grease-zerk hinges. So that's something that you need to maintain on a stock trailer. It's a little bit different setup, but it kind of goes through some of that in the manual. And then right here's the VIN plate on this one, and it just kind of gives you the rundown on the wheels and tires and everything like that. So as you work your way around, this trailer is sold. However, if you really fell in love with it and want to build one just like it, You can reference this stock number. It is 5N240512. It is a 2025 Cimarron Lonestar stock bumper pull. I appreciate everybody taking the time to join in today. If you guys have any questions, my name is Callie Say. My phone number is 970-309-6368. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in today. I hope everybody has a really great Tuesday.